Hi, I'm Anya Gariboldi, sommelier, wine educator, and Diploma WSET graduate. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about wine clearly, confidently, and without the usual snobbery. Ever seen a sommelier swirl a glass, sniff it once and say, oh, 2010 left bank? No, it's not witchcraft. It's just few quiet clues that every bottle gives away. Let's learn how to read them before even looking at the label. Before you pour, read in the bottle. Before you even open it, the bottle is already telling you things. Start with the feel level, how high the wine sits in the neck. If it's low, what we call a low shoulder, it usually means the wine's got some age, usually noticeable after around 30 years. Over time, a little bit evaporates through the cork. Corks breathe. That's great for the wine, less great for the collectors watching their bottle shrink. A low feel could mean time or simply bad storage. Even young bottles lose a bit if kept upright or too warm. So always read the label with the context. Now, the label and the capsule, they tell another part of the story. A spotless label doesn't mean perfection, and a stained one doesn't mean a disaster. You are reading a history, not judging a beauty pageant. And if you pull the cork, that's another clue. A dark stained cork, normal. Soaked through, probably aged, or long stored horizontally. Dry and crumbly, someone's been neglecting the humidity. Each sign is just a whisper, but together they start forming a story. The color in the glass, the visual timeline. Once you pour, color is the first giveaway. In reds, youth means death, glossy purple, full of life. As they age, those hues shift from ruby to garnet, brick, and finally tawny. And that pale brownish rim, think of it as wine's gray hair. Elegant, inevitable, and usually full of stories. White wine go the other way. They start pale, almost clear, with a green tint and deepen over the time to straw, gold, amber, and finally brown. Just remember, oak can darken a wine too, so don't jump to conclusions. Rosé isn't built for patience. It starts bright, fresh, flirty, and ends up looking like it's seen things. Drink it young while it still believes in love. Of course, there are few exceptions, like Aromas Bel Rosé, made by the Sagnet method. Those can age beautifully from 5 to 10 years if made very well. Grape variety matters too. Pinot Noir is a pale even when young. Nebbiolo looks orange the moment it's born. Cabernet and Syrah can stay inky dark for decades. And Gewürztraminer, a white variety, naturally has that rich golden hue. So don't judge a wine's age by shade alone. Some grapes are just drama queens. Sediment, the confusing clue. Sediment tends to panic people as if their wine is growing dust bunnies. But it's just nature doing its quiet chemistry. In reds, it happens when tannins and color compounds link up and settle down. In young, unfiltered wines, it can appear early, especially from high-quality producers who bottle with minimal intervention. So sediment can mean age or just a winemaker who likes their wine a bit wild. White wines almost never show it, so if you see it there is a real surprise guess. Aromas, what the nose knows. Now, for my favorite part, the nose. Aromas evolved in 3 acts: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary aromas come from the grape itself, the pure voice. Red wines, cherries, berries, violets, herbs. Whites, citrus, apple, pear, peach, flowers, or grass. If all you smell is fruit and freshness, the wine's still in its youth. Secondary aromas are what the cellar adds. Butter, brioche, toast, vanilla, nuts, smoke. They're all signs of oak, lees aging, batonnage, or malolactic fermentation. The winemaker's fingerprints. Some producers use a few of these techniques. Others prefer to skip them entirely. It's all a matter of style. And tertiary aromas, that's where the time steps in. Leather, truffle, tobacco, dried leaves, coconut, forest flower for reds, honey, nuts, baked apple, bee wax for whites. That's when wine sounds sounding like a jazz. Low complex, a bit nostalgic. Rule of thumb, the more fruit you smell, the younger it is. The more leather and honey you find, the older. When the fruit fades and the wine smells like a storybook, that's full maturity. If the tertiary aromas start to overpower the fruit and the primaries fade completely, it means the wine is very old. And it's probably time to drink it now, because it won't evolve in anything better. If you want to train your nose properly, I've got a full episode called How to Taste Wine Like a Pro. It's a perfect follow-up to this one. Taste and texture how age feels. Color and aroma tell you the theory. Taste is the proof. Young reds feel bold, high tannin, sharp acidity, a bit of attitude. Give them time and they'll mellow. Tannins polymerize. That's science for soften beautifully. Acidity integrates. The flavors bend and the wine finally exhales. Young whites are crisp and bright, all citrus and green apple. As they age, the edges round out. They turn creamy, honeyed, sometimes even waxy. Oak or lees aging add that nutty toast depth. It's less energy, more grace. In short, young wines shout, old wines whisper. And the best ones learn how to do both. Not every wine improves with age. Here's the part that hurts some people's feelings. Not all wines are meant to age. Most bottles today are made for drinking, not hoarding. If a wine doesn't have structure, acidity, tannin, or concentration, it won't evolve. It will just fade politely. The long game, when time is worth it. The wines that do age well share three things: great winemaking, top producer, and a vintage worth remembering. That's why professionals obsess over vintages. They're the DNA of time. If you want a quick cheat sheet, I've made one for you. You can download my vintage chart using the link below. It's clear, practical, and it might just save you from cellaring a bottle that will never plan to grow up. So yes, sommeliers can often tell wine's age without even looking at the label. Not because we're some kind of wizards, though that could be fun, but because every bottle tells its own story. You just need to listen. And if you ever want to sound clever at dinner, just swirl your glass and say, it's mature, but still holding up nicely. It works every time. Cheers, and see you next time.